Now, was it you who left a 3-foot iguana up a tree in Ely today? Well, the RSPCA is now looking after the fellow, but it's warning that the craze for exotic pets is leading to an increase in oriental orphans.
This alligator will grow to 5 feet long, and already those jaws will do plenty of damage. And yet someone was keeping him as a pet. Reptiles may be all the rage, but many of them will end up in refuges like this one near Peterborough.
The trouble is, these sort of animals grow so quickly, and they need a lot more space than people can give them. I mean, we've got them in this area, which is 30 foot by 16 foot, and it's brilliant for them. But most people have to keep them in a fish tank or a vivarium, and it's not really a good idea.
Casper, the Caspian turtle, was found walking along the road near Cambridge this week. He's the latest casualty of the exotic pet craze.
There's two things that we could certainly do. One is to ensure that local authorities, when they issue licences to pet shops, make it a stipulation that the people selling them have specific training in exotic animals. The other option is microchipping. If an animal's microchipped, then we can then contact the owner, and in this possible case you could then return the animal to the owner, or if not, they'd be accountable for any problems that occurred.
The message from animal welfare campaigners is to steer clear of exotic pets, but it appears to be falling on deaf ears. Anthony Bartram, BBC Look East, Cambridgeshire.
Poor little thing. Well, call me boring, but I think I'll stick to horses and cats. That's it. Now back to Stuart and Susie.
Pea shooter. This is what happened.
Some, like junior world champion David Hollis, have been using newfangled shooters with sights. Nothing against it in the rules, mind. And anyway, when we were filming, David couldn't hit a barn door at 12 foot, never mind the target.
Couldn't hit a barn door. David was not amused, and all day the emails have been flashing between our studios here and David's home. And eventually Mike decided to eat just a little humble pie.
There's only one thing more frightening than a pea shooting world champion, and that's an angry world pea shooting champion. And there's only one thing more frightening than an angry pea shooting world champion, and that's his dad. So I decided to apologise from a safe distance. Sorry about that. Sorry, David. Sorry, George.
Now stop that. It's silly.
George, how upset was he?
Well, he was very upset. I mean, he wasn't even going to enter. I had to persuade him.
But he did enter, and would you know it, David didn't just win the World Championship, he created pea shooting history by becoming, at the age of 12, the youngest world champion ever. Were you a bit angry with me?
Slightly, yes.
Do you forgive me now?
Yes. Go on then.
Would you like to get your own back?
Would be nice.
Now, when I was a little boy, if you were naughty, the head would make you bend over and give you a good whack. Which is why the big BBC boss thought this would be an appropriate punishment for being so silly. And yes, you guessed it, the new world champion was in sparkling form. He didn't miss a thing, bullseye every time, and not a barn door in sight. Mike Liggins, BBC Look East, Witcham in Cambridgeshire.
He well and truly got his comeuppance.
He didn't want to go, you know.
No.
He did not want to go.
He was a bit anxious, I think,
a lot of persuading while we're in the office.